McCann, as always, the pledges.
Heavenly Father, we come continuing to give you thanks and praise that you blessed each of us to see a new day and make our way to the Commissioner's Court for today. Praying your blessings upon the decisions made by the commissioners, by the judge. Praying that you continue to look upon the Sheriff's Department and all the departments of the county and protect and keep them safe, Lord, to do the work of the county, looking unto you because you're the source of our help and our strength. We need you right now during these times of COVID and all the other issues that we're facing. Bless and get your people through. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate everyone being here today. We do have a quorum. Commissioner Tooley is joining us virtually. So we will call this meeting to order at 9:02. Do we have any citizens' comments this morning?
No, sir.
No citizens' comments. Item 1, consider and take action on minutes from previously held meeting of Commissioners Court on January the 26th, 2021. Are there any additions, deletions, or comments?
Yes, Judge, on the plat, 629 and 630, they made one correction. Commissioner Tooley made the motion, and it should be Commissioner Spivey second.
Okay. Got that, Mary Margaret?
Which,
It's the first one that they done.
First one?
Yeah, both, this actually should be the same on both of them.
okay, thank you.
Any other comments? Hearing none, entertain a motion as amended.
I'll make that motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
As amended.
Hearing none, Judge, I move it.
As amended,
As
yes.
amended. Okay. We have a motion by Commissioner McCann, second by Commissioner Richardson to approve the minutes as amended. All those in favor? Item passes. Is that unanimously, Commissioner? Commissioner Tooley? Have a slight.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Item number 2 is consider and take action to proclaim February of 2021 as Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. And
Oh, that's right. I kept getting knocked off, but is it through? Are you on it? I'm sorry.
sorry, we'll start that again. Item number 2, consider and take action to proclaim February of 2021 as Teen Date Violence Awareness Month. And this is being brought by Ms. Della Cooper and her wonderful crew that she has working with us. And we have a proclamation here, and we will read it and then take any comments on this. It begins as, whereas nearly 1.5 million high school students nationwide experience physical abuse from a dating partner in a single year. 1 in 10 high school students has been purposefully hit, slapped, or physically hurt by a boyfriend or girlfriend. And whereas victimization increases teens' risk for injury, substance abuse, eating disorders, unwanted pregnancy, suicide, and violent behavior, and 50% of young people who experience rape or physical or sexual abuse will attempt to commit suicide. And whereas 72% of 13 and 14-year-olds are considered to be dating, and 43% of reported cases of dating violence occurred in a school building or on school grounds. And whereas 33% of teens who are in an abusive relationship ever tell anyone about the abuse, and 81% of parents surveyed either believe teen dating violence is not an issue or admit they do not know if it is one. And whereas 1 in 3 adolescents in the United States is a victim of physical, emotional, or verbal abuse from a dating partner, females between the ages of 16 and 24 are roughly 3 times more likely than the rest of the population to be abused by an intimate partner. And whereas it is essential to raise community awareness and to provide training for teachers, counselors, and school staff so they better recognize when youth are exhibiting signs of dating violence. Now therefore be it resolved that the Henderson County Commissioners Court does hereby recognize February 2021 as Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month and urge citizens to join the East Texas Crisis Center, the Henderson County Help Center in promoting healthy teen relationships, calling upon youth and adults to observe Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month with activities and conversations about respectful and nonviolent relationships in their homes, schools, and communities. Approved, if so, we will approve and adopt by the court this 9th day of February 2021. Ms. Cooper, is there anything you would like to add to this proclamation?
That pretty much sums it up, but I do thank y'all for allowing us to come and do this. And we're hoping to start giving the trainings, more trainings out and being able to start visiting the schools and things again with information on this.
Court, comments, discussion?
I think it's a terrible stain on our society that we have this kind of problem. But I also think it's important that we continue to put these resolutions on the agenda to be sure that we let those 81% of parents that don't think it's a problem or don't even know that it's a problem be able to still realize that it is a problem.
I was just going to say thank you for what you do to help awareness for this.
I want to thank you too. I have 4 daughters of my own, and I really like hearing the information and spreading the word that there is problems out there with this kind of situation.
Commissioner Tooley?
I echo court's voices that the East Texas Crisis Center does a great job, and it helps us remind us and everybody out there to what problems we are facing in our county and continue to keep up the good work.
Ms. Cooper, thank you. Entertain a motion?
I'd like to make that motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Ms. Spivey, Commissioner Spivey, to proclaim February of 2021 Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes. Item number 3, consider and take action on refund requests for overpayment of taxes for the Henderson County Tax Assessor Collector. Ms. Breedlove?
Good morning. I have a total of 9 refund checks due to either overpayment or exemptions being granted, totaling $62,023.
Questions?
I had a question on the Kaufman County tax.
Yes.
Which one was that for?
The $11,210.82. What happened is when the entity sent in, or the customer sent in the payment, they actually sent in the payment for their whole tax payment, and they were out of Gun Barrel, so, Gun Barrel only pays the certain set of taxes, and then the school taxes are supposed to be paid to Kaufman.
Kaufman, so it's
Yes.
Kaufman's school
Yeah.
district taxes that'll be.
So, yeah,
refunded.
they sent us everything.
Okay.
And the rest of them were just overpays and then one disabled vet.
Yes, sir.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to refund request for overpayment of taxes by Henderson County Tax Assessor Collector.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the request for for the refund of overpayment of taxes in the amount of $62,023. All those in favor? Item passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 4, consider and take action to appoint members to the Henderson County Historical Commission. Court, this is I believe it's an annual event that, given that we have our historical commission, we have to reappoint our members. And on file, we have a long list. Most of these individuals have served for a very long time and are very, very active and important in continuing to preserve the history of Henderson County. With us in the audience, we have Ms. Sarah Jane Brown, and we have Mr. Ivory Joe Gibbons, who actually sits on that committee as well. And there are many, many folks here that do a fantastic job trying to keep our collective history into the forefront in the minds of the public. So this is an annual process, and this list we are required so that they may continue on and be eligible for many of the awards and things that they have received over the years, and to help with marker dedications, and you're familiar with all of the processes. Or any questions? Hearing none, can we have a motion to approve the list of appointees?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the Historical Commission appointments for 2021, 2022, subject to the list. All those in favor? Item passes. Ms. Brown, thank you. Mr. Gibbons, thank y'all for all the work that you do. It's another one of these committees that we have that there is no compensation for. So thank y'all for your efforts. Item 5, consider and take action to accept the racial profiling report from the Henderson County Fire Marshal's Office for filing purposes only. Mr. Renberg.
Good morning. This is just something that we have to do every year. Every law enforcement agency in the county or across the state of Texas is required by T-Code to file a racial profiling report each year. Of course, our status is an exempt filing because our office does not make routine traffic stops as part of our daily activities. And I'll answer any questions you have.
Any questions? Thank you, sir. Entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the racial profiling report for filing purposes only from the Fire Marshal's Office. All those in favor? Item passes. Item number 6, consider and take action to accept the racial profiling report from the Henderson County Attorney's Office for filing purposes only. Mr. County Attorney?
Same report, same status. As you guys know, we have one investigator. We do not make routine traffic stops. And we want to do whatever that's required to follow the report.
For no questions, entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner McCam, to accept the racial profiling report from the Henderson County Attorney's Office for filing purposes only. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 7, consider and take action to accept the racial profiling report from the Henderson County Constable Precinct 4 for filing purposes only. And court, this is the same as the previous two. He is filing a full exemption. Is there any discussion? Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey, to accept the racial profiling report from the Henderson County Constable Precinct 4 for filing purposes only. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 8, consider and take action to set a price and approve the selling of a custom-cut desktop sheet of glass. Anne Marie?
So I'm sure all are all aware that Denise Hernandez is leaving, but we have had the privilege of using her very nice desk for her office desk. And when she brought that in, it needed a piece of glass on top, and the county did purchase that glass, it's a custom cut piece of glass specifically for that table. There really wouldn't be any other use for that glass. But obviously we can't just give it to her, she can't just take it, or it has to set a price, and then she can purchase it from the court.
Okay. All right, so. Well, if y'all don't know, Ms. Hernandez has been given a fantastic opportunity to move on to Smith County. And Ms. Lee is correct. We've been using her desk for free for a number of years. How many years, Ms. Hernandez?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit, okay.
Don't want to tell off on my age.
And as you know, anything that the county has that like that, we cannot just give it away. We must set a price and agree to sell it. And Ms. Hernandez spent a lot of time at that desk for us. So welcome discussion and setting of a price.
I mean, it won't be of any use to us after she leaves and takes her desk with her.
Yeah.
What would be a price that we could offer, $1?
I believe that is a price that we can set, yes.
I agree.
Mr. Tooley, Commissioner Tooley, any comments?
If she breaks it in the move, she still has to take it.
Yeah, if you break it, it's yours.
Yeah. Want $1 back. All
I
right.
move to sell the custom cut glass top to Ms. Hernandez for $1.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the sale of custom-cut glass desktop for $1 to Ms. Denise Hernandez.
Thank you.
Any other comments while we've got her here?
Thank you for all your time here. We appreciate it. We're going to miss you.
You'll get back on that?
I'm sorry?
He said we'll get.
I was gonna say, do we get tax on that?
Okay.
Would you work that real quick, Ms. Lee, and find out what that comes to? $8 or eight and a quarter? Gentlemen.
Good.
Denise?
Phil's gonna buy it for me?
Philip's going to buy it for you. We'll take a little liberty here. Denise, in elections administration. You have been the one that has guided us through this, fought with us. No, I'm not going to quit. You have been challenging. You have been, no, seriously. You have been fantastic at what you've done. You will be sorely missed, and we thank you for your years of service. And more than $1 for a glass desktop is more warranted. But with that, you have our deepest thanks. So, if not, did we vote on that?
Not yet.
Not yet? All in favor of the motion? Item passes. Thank you, Ms. Hernandez.
Thank you, Judge.
Item 9, consider and take action to apply for the Athens Economic Development Corporation 2021 Community Development Grant Program to assist replacement of Fair Park Road sign. Ms. Brown.
Good morning. We are, with the Fair Park grounds, we are looking to apply for an application through the City of Athens for the Community Development Grant Program. The funding is potentially a good fit for assisting in replacing the road sign at Fair Park. The new sign will display shows as well as events and provide advertisement as well. The current sign has been in place for about 15 years and has issues that can no longer be repaired. The total project cost looks to be about $190,000. The development grant is an opportunity to get $38,000 to apply to the total project. So that's what happened.
All right. Questions for Ms. Brown before we bring Mr. Callaway up to discuss? This is through Athens EDC, just an open.
Yes, it's just open. It is competitive, and that's why our potential portion of the money would be about $38,000.
Okay. Questions for Ms. Brown?
We've received some of these grants at the fairgrounds before, haven't we?
Yes, sir. I can't tell you off the top of my head what and exactly when, but we have applied and received the funding before.
I think the PA system maybe even helped with the fans at one time. It's been 2 or 3 times that we've received funding.
It's more than that.
Has it?
They give us money every year to help replace stalls.
Okay. All right. Mr. Callaway, would you like to come up and discuss with the court some of what the opportunity is, or?
As Ms. Brown stated, the sign out there has been up for about 15 years, and the components in it, it's actually, some of the components are broke in it, and they're obsolete. You can't replace them. So in replacing the LED sign part of it, it provides such an opportunity for the fairgrounds to be able to sell advertisement on it to help with some of the expenditures out there, as well as communicating with the local people and people passing, that shows what events are coming up and what events we can also, it has unlimited ability to show the events and things that are coming into the city of Athens as well as into the county, and to show events and show venues and stuff like that. There's so many different, we also sell sponsorship inside the Coliseum with banners and stuff. We've been doing that for a while. We're going to take and combine those together with advertisement off of that sign to help advertise for our local people as well as some of our producers and things that are coming in. And it provides a lot of communication. I can't tell you how many times it's been down for a couple of months, and I can't tell you how many phone calls or emails or stuff we get or receive at the fairgrounds for our local people that say that they usually come by and cross over on the media just to see what kind of events that's going on out there. And it's kind of dead in the water right now. We're still a little ways from having all of the things together to be able to do this, but this grant that the city has to offer is closing on the 15th of this month. So I had to come and ask for permission to be able to apply for that, to be able, and I think they award it in March, and we're looking somewhere between April and June before we start a project there to get that done. But we're shooting for completely being done with the project by June if we can get that accomplished.
How long has our current sign been up? 17?
14 years, 14 years, 8 months and a few weeks. It's got a lot of, back then, some of the technology that was available was awesome back then, but nobody gave the thought on the longevity of it. So some of the components in it, people done gone out of business. They're from overseas and stuff, you can't get them. I had a technique, We spent a little money on the technician part of it for a couple of days. They sent a specialist in here. He tried swapping around and doing all kind of stuff, and the end result is I have a full report. It should be in your backup that there is no components for that, and it can't be replaced. Actually, it's kind of doing a little weird deal. It's communicating on the slave side, what they call the slave side, because it takes its information from the main side. Well, the main side won't work, but it'll say Henderson County Regional Fair Park on the Tyler side of the sign, and we still don't. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it don't. We don't know why it doesn't. Just kind of like there.
Right.
But I think it will be a good, communication is a lot to do with a lot of things. If you don't communicate, then you don't know. But if you put a sign up like that that's communicating our businesses and communicating the events, as well as the events that's going on in Athens and stuff like that, and it would help probably some of these venues and some of these draws of people that are coming in and visiting our town and help with our economy and stuff going on.
Any other questions?
Is this a sign that you'll be able to control some of the software too?
Yes, sir. I can make it do all kinds of, I mean, it's crazy what kind of graphics and sizes of signs and different things. You can program it to do different things and show different things with people, as well as scroll through and show the events on just a portion of it of what's happening at the arena. So it's an information, it's a lot of information to be able to give out to the community.
So this be a sign to be similar to the one like out at the Life Church on 175, going towards Eustis.
In this case, the structure has been put up back in '06. The outside structure, the poles you see going up and across the board, all of that will be completely redone. And the wording, I think regional is not in it now, but regional needs to be put in that sign wording from a previous grant that happened years ago, way before my time. But the structure of the sign, I've had the engineers that, thank goodness, the engineer that designed that was still working for the sign company, and I had a lot of input from him to what it will support. So we're fitting a new LED board in all components and everything to the structure that's there. And there's wind velocities and weight and all kind of stuff that goes into that deal. So actually we're saving about 50% of the cost by not having to start from the ground up. So, that's a plus for us. And there again, we've done all the wind velocities and all the checks and tests and stuff on it to see what it can hold. But that's a plus on our part of it.
Commissioner Tooley?
I have none, Judge. I think it's a great deal. Howard, will the top be illuminated also?
Yes, sir. The top will look just like it is now with new wording and new coloring and on the aspect of the paint, but it will have new LED efficient lights put up there, so it will be lit up a little more than what you see now.
And is this datatronic control? Is that who done the last one, or
No,
who
sir.
done business with before?
No, sir. Complete Signs out of Alabama did it the first time. They've kind of moved. They're still in that same business, but they've moved in a different direction from DCI and DCS, DCI. That's what their components and their things are, what they have, and they're providing a lot of backup. They're pretty close and local, and they're giving a lot of repairable parts that comes with it in the event that you have some kind of deal that problem with it. And the warranty stuff is better on theirs. They're saying it'll last about 17 years before you start having problems with it.
And it looks like it's actually doubling the amount of screen size.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's the screen will be 10'8" tall and 20 foot wide, and it'll be two-sided on both sides. There's a lot of thought and process that goes into that, from if you're familiar with the cabin cabinet shop on 31 and the overpass on 31 in front of Brittison's right there. When you're looking down towards that sign, we spec'd it for the LED lights and the size to go in it, so because the closer you get, your sight, your body's sight loses the ability to filter that close. So we've sized it LED wise to be able to, it's not a TV screen, but it's a very clear, information will be able to do, because you have about 6 to 10 seconds to read what comes across that sign before you pass it going down the road. That's kind of a synopsis and a little chart that they have that they say 6 to 10 seconds that you see that, and we're able to put as many ads or as much information on it as you want. It'll just continue to roll and flash and do whatever we decided want it to do.
Any other questions or comments?
I know the board's on board with this, and has it been discussed where some of the rest of the money's going to come from?
Yes, sir. We have an account that has more than enough money to cover that. And the board is very much on board with replacing it and understand we got to replace that. There again, that grant is why I'm here today, because it closes on the 15th and we meet on the 18th of this month at the Fair Board, and we'll go from there. But the board, we've had this in our board meetings since November about this sign. Actually, it started back in October, but we've had it every month. But we're asking a lot of money in a project like that, so I was kind of shallow in some of the knowledge on it, so I asked the board to kind of slow down a little bit and let me get all my ducks in a row before we moved forward and decided what we wanted to put up there, put something up there we couldn't use.
Anything else?
I'll make the motion to apply for the grant from the Athens Economic Development Corporation. Is that it?
Do we need an authorized signatory?
I apologize, let me double check.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. With authorization for you to sign.
Okay.
With authorization for the judge to sign.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson to approve the grant application with Athens Economic Development Corporation with the judge's authorization to sign. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes. Thank you, ma'am. Item 10, consider and take action on interlocal agreements between Henderson County and the City of Athens, Athens Independent School District, Malakoff Independent School District, City of Chandler, Eustis Independent School District, Gun Barrel City for the conducting of the May 1st, 2021 elections. Ms. Hernandez.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's election time again. So, yes, we have currently 6 entities wanting to contract with the county to conduct their May 1st elections. We have 3 that have already confirmed, so we have 3 confirmed for May 1st. I also had a call this morning from the City of Brownsboro for a possible council member election, but we'll know more about that on Friday. So we'll be conducting these at their locations in their areas, but they will be utilizing all locations to be able to cast a ballot. So it worked the same way as a vote center. The only thing different is they're going to be having early voting there locally. Malakoff will be having it in one of their facilities there on campus, early voting and election day, but they will also be able to come into the Texan and actually cast their ballot there as well. So it's going to work just like it does in the November and general elections, but we're going to kind of put them in their areas so that they'll get more of a turnout.
Questions? Commissioner Tooley?
Denise, so Gun Barrel will be using both of their, do they just have one location now during election day?
Yes, on May general elections, they utilize just one location. They're able to consolidate. They don't do that in November because most times we have federal elections on the November ballot, and they're not allowed to consolidate. So it'll
Okay.
just be at the city of Gunnville.
Okay.
Any other questions? Given that this agreement has multiple signatures, if we can in our motion for approval, if we so to choose that way, that we have with approval for all necessary signatures. Any other comments? Entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion to accept the interlocal agreement with the school districts with all authorizations to sign.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the contracts with the listed entities for the conduction of the May 1st election with all necessary signatures authorized.
Yes, sir.
All those in favor of the motion? Item passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 11 is a public hearing that was scheduled at 9:20. It is now 9:36, and we will need a motion to move into public hearing on posting and regulating no-through trucks on County Road 2938, 2938 South, and sections of County Road 2922, all located in Precinct 2. Can we have a motion to move into public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by
I'll second it.
Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner McCam to move into public hearing at 9:37. All those in favor? All right, we are in public hearing. If there is anyone wishing to make a comment, this is now your opportunity. You will be given 3 minutes once you have stated your name and address for the record. Is there anyone wishing to speak on this subject? Again, this is an opportunity to speak at the public hearing for the traffic regulations. Seeing that no one has elected to come forward to speak at this time, can we have a motion to close public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey, to close public hearing at 9:38. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 12, consider and take action to set a no-through truck route on County Road 2938, 2938 South, and sections of County Road 2922 located in Precinct 2. Commissioner Tooley.
Yes, Court. We have, our office have been contacted about heavy hauling trucks, and they were using Google to come down FM 316 and taking a right on 2938, which is Old Goshen Road, and using it as a cut through to get to Highway 175. And then also coming out of Dallas, all the trucks were using 2938 South, which is known as Railroad Road, off of 175 to get to Peachtree. And so the constituents were saying that there was a lot of potholes. Our roads are not made for these kind of hauls, and they have another optional area to continue down 316 to get to 175 to go to Dallas, and also out of 175 they could take a ride on 334 to get where they were going. And so that's what I'm bringing to court today, is to let a no-through truck route off of these county roads with an alternate route for them to take.
Questions for Commissioner Tooley? Our county attorney, Mr. Davis, is here. We have done this previously in Precinct 4, and this is not so much setting a weight limit. This is an ordinance handling traffic. Can you expound upon it any more for the public?
Just that we haven't, Commissioner Tooley, did you send them, I guess, the backup, which was a copy of the actual resolution that they would be signing today?
Yes.
Yes.
Y'all have
Yes, sir, I
that?
did send them the resolution, and there is a copy of a map to show the no truck route with the option, with the alternative routes.
So we would have the resolution, the court would approve it. He would be required to post the necessary no-through truck signage, and then it could be enforced if someone were in violation of it.
Okay.
And it doesn't have, it affects through traffic. It doesn't have any effect on vehicles coming through to construction vehicles and other things that have a purpose of being on that road.
Yes, if they have a business location or a primary residence on that roadway within that section, it would not apply to them going to their final destination or leaving from a destination within the area.
Any other questions? Hearing none? Here to-
Also, Judge, in the ordinance, it states that the effective date would be March the 1st, so we'll get the signs set out, and they won't become effective until March the 1st of 2021.
Okay. Anything else? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Judge, I move that we approve ordinance imposing a no-through truck restrictions on County Road 2938 South, County Road 2938, and sections of County Road 2923 located in Precinct 2, with the signs being effective on March the 1st, 2021.
I'll second this motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, seconded by Commissioner McCam to approve the ordinance as presented. All those in favor? Item passes.
Thank you, Court.
Thank you. Item 13 is a public hearing that was set for 9:25 a.m. on manufactured home, mobile home, and tiny home and RV rental communities. It is 9:42. Can we have a motion to move into public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Richardson, to move into public hearing at 9:42. All those in favor? Passes. Again, this is an opportunity for the public to speak concerning the items listed with the development of manufactured homes, mobile homes, tiny homes, and RV rental communities. Again, if you would like to speak, please come forward and state your name and address, and you'll be given 3 minutes. Is there anyone wishing to speak to this subject matter? Seeing that we have no one wishing to speak, can we have a motion to move out of public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson, to close public hearing at 9:44. All those in favor? Item passes. Item 14, consider and take action on an infrastructure development plan for mobile home, manufactured home, and tiny home rental communities. Mr. Davis, if you want to lead this discussion.
I don't have a whole lot to add on this. We've had, I think, 2 or 3 meetings on it now, had an entire workshop on it, and so we've talked about it a lot as to what we're doing here. We have heard from members of the public at previous meetings, particularly members of the public that have these neighborhoods that are moving in next to them. And so you guys are all aware of the background and the history of this, the need for this ordinance. I believe the only changes that I had made to the policy since we'd last met was the inclusion of one of the last meetings we talked about the requirement of having 2 ingress egress points, which we had a lot of discussion about that, as to whether we should require that, shouldn't require that. Our subdivision regulations do require that, and so we ended up incorporating that in here. With the thoughts that I think that if it were a smaller development and minimal lots within a development, the court always has the ability to go lower and grant a variance to her, where if we didn't put it in there, we wouldn't have the ability to go the other way and require it if it happened to be a development, that there was really a safety need for two access points. So that was one change. And then we specifically put in the provision on dead-end streets of requiring a cul-de-sac, because we know from laying out county roads, that's often an issue with allowing turnaround space for school buses, even trash trucks, propane trucks, emergency vehicles, and all of that. We put that in there. I know, but right before court, the commissioner brought up, if we want to do what we did, and specifically in our subdivision regulations, and put in a actual minimum size of that cul-de-sac, and that's up to the court if you would like me to do that. It's an easy enough change, and we could approve it today with that change being incorporated in it. And I think you mentioned 45 feet.
45 radius, so it makes up 90 foot circumference.
But with that, whatever question, I'm looking for that section to where I can note it if we do want to change that. So here.
The only thing that I saw was on page 1. Looks like it's very minor. It looks like we have a numbering issue under the definitions that may need to be corrected. You have 2.1.
And then everything would move down one number from there.
Right. Well, we did hear some testimony during the couple of workshops we've had, and plus, I believe at conference, there was quite a bit of information given concerning this issue when y'all were at conference this past week, wasn't there?
Most of it was at their first conference on this.
Was it? Okay. But this is a new style of development, something that is taking hold across the state, correct? And there are many counties that are grappling with this type of development to ensure that it's sustainable.
Yes, that is correct. And I've talked to several of them, including some of our neighbors that are having the same or similar issues with them.
Okay.
5D is the section with the cul-de-sac.
Which section?
I think if we're going to require a cul-de-sac, that we need to have a number on it.
And you said section 5, what paragraph in 5?
D. So that'd be, let's see here, 5.5, 5.6D.
6D.
Off of engineering, design, construction.
Okay, all dead-end streets shall have a cul-de-sac, and we want to put in with a minimum
45.
radius of 45, okay.
Any other questions? Commissioner Tooley?
I have none, Judge. I just want to thank the county attorney and Tyler for working quickly, because precinct 2 is fast approaching some things that are tentatively going on with these kind of additions coming in.
Is this going to be, after we vote today, posted on the website shortly?
Once we get all of the cleanup changes that we approve here today.
Which I'll have it done within 30 minutes of me getting back to the office. And just so we're clear, I'm renumbering paragraph 2 or section 2. So instead of having 2 through 7, you'll actually have 2 through 8. And then making the one change to the language with the radius, minimum radius of the cul-de-sac to 45 feet in 5.6D.
Okay. All right. And that should set the proper guidelines that we can work from. And as we develop over time, these will be amended, such as our subdivision regulations have been amended over years to meet the needs and changes. So.
Well, and we've talked about this before, but for the members of the public and the members of the public that may be watching, you know, we chose to do this as a standalone policy separate and apart from our subdivision regulations. But really our subdivision regulations, we need to go back and take a look at that, which is going to be a bigger, broader project because those are approaching 15 years old. And just as Howard talked about, things that would be simple like a sign, 15 years, the passage of time can create a lot of problems and issues, let alone an entire set of subdivision regulations. And so we've talked about going back, getting this in place, and then let's go back and sit down and look at our overall regulations. And it may very well be at the end of that process, we incorporate both back into one document.
Any other questions or comments? Well, if not, entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the infrastructure development plan for manufactured homes, mobile homes, tiny homes, and RV rentals communities.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCann, to approve the infrastructure development plan for mobile home, manufacturing home, and tiny home rental communities as amended. You agree with that?
With changes made.
Yeah, with changes made. All those in favor? Item passes. Thank you very much. Item 15, consider and take action to reappoint 3 members to the Henderson County Regional Fair Park Board. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes, Judge. We have 3 members on the Henderson County Regional Fair Park Board that terms are expired January 31st. And they all agreed to be reappointed for another 2-year term. Those members would be Lee Tackett, Alicia Mickelson, and Charla Farrell, with terms ending January the 31st, 2023.
Questions for the commissioner? We'll say that 2 of these longtime members, and of course, Ms. Mickelson stepping in has been a great addition to the board from what I've understood. So,
I'd like to thank them for the time they put in to make sure the Fair Park runs like it should and is an asset to Henderson County. They put in a lot more time than people think about.
yeah.
We divide these members up due to precinct. Say Lee Tackett's a precinct 4, Alicia Mickelson's precinct 4, and Charla Farrell is a precinct 3. And we try to spread it out all across the county for different board members, different precincts.
Any further comments? Entertain a motion.
Judge, I'd like to make a motion to reappoint the members to the Henderson County Regional Fair Park Board, Lee Tackett, Alicia Mickelson, and Charla Farrell, for terms expiring January the 31st, 2023.
I'll second.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the reappointment of Lee Tackett, Alicia Mickelson, and Charla Farrell to a 2-year term ending January 31 of 2023 to the Henderson County Regional Fair Park Board. All those in favor? Item passes. Item number 6, consider and take action to reappoint a member to the Henderson County Emergency Service District number 11. And Commissioner Richardson.
Yes, Judge. We spoke with Mark Kitchens. He's on the board for ESD number 11 that is shared with Precinct 1 and Precinct 4's precinct boundaries. He has agreed to be appointed for another term of 2 years, and the term will be expiring December 31st of 2022.
Commissioner Spivey, since y'all share some of that region.
I've been to a couple of their meetings, and they do a really good job.
Okay. Any further comments? Entertain a motion? Oh, yes. Sorry, Commissioner.
I just have one question. Hadn't we discussed before that these should run out January the 31st?
This one, that is specific to the Fair Park Board. Given this is the ESD, that statute doesn't apply.
Okay, I couldn't remember which one it was.
We've got several of them. You're right. Any further comments? Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to reappoint Mark Kitchens to the Henderson County Emergency Service District number 11, with term expiring December the 31st, 2022.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner Spivey. All in favor of the motion? Item passes. Item 17, receive financial reports. We have none of those. Item 18 is consider and take action on payroll distributions and accounts cash sheets, which we have none. Item 19 is consider and take action on submitted contracts. We have no contracts. Item 20, consider and take action on request. Yes, ma'am.
I sent you a message. We do have one contract that we really need to address today.
Okay.
This is for elections. Apparently the consumables on the equipment used to be provided in the contract, but that's no longer going to be occurring. And they have sent us a new contract stating that Clint's looked at it. I think Denise is down there to answer any questions, but we really need to get this back to them. And while Denise is here and has most information regarding this contract,
Okay.
we really want to get this through today.
Ms. Hernandez?
Yes, sir.
Would you please?
Yes. We received this contract from ES&S. It's on our ballotage system. Our ballotage system is our ballot printing laptop and printers. They would keep track of how many we printed, because after every election we have to tell them how many ballots we actually print up. And this is for our ballots by mail. And so we would automatically give them those numbers, and then based on how many we printed, then they would send us consumables, the toners and everything that we need for the printers. Well, they're no longer providing that service, so they've sent us out a new contract to where we order as we need our consumables.
Okay. Do you have the contract there?
Anne-Marie has it.
Ms. Lee, do you know what the costs are on it? Just
I think it's just based on toner cost, whatever the toners are.
Well, it says 35 cents per page, 0.45 cents per color.
And we don't print in color.
But that's everything, the toner, the drums, transfer belts, fusers.
so we actually generate once the programming is put in place into the equipment, we print our own ballots.
Yes.
Whereas before, in different times, that was a service that was provided in that they pre-printed.
Correct. When we had HART, we would have a certain amount that we would order per precinct, and that would have been difficult on our past election because we had 95 different ballot styles.
Right.
And so you would have to order a certain percentage per ballot style. And now as the voter requests a ballot by mail, we just go ahead and print it based on their address maintenance. And so it's saved us a lot of money because any stock that we have, ballot stock, we're able to use for the next election. And so,
And in that other way, there was waste.
Oh, yes.
And storage because you had to retain those ballots for how long?
22 months.
22 months. Okay.
Yeah.
And given roughly about 6,000 ballots, I believe, if memory
Yes.
serves. So it is a charge, but it is not near as much as it would have been.
That's correct. I believe on the last presidential, we ordered like 25,000 ballots. Of course, only a small portion gets used. And so we had all that waste. Unused ballots we would burn after 22 months. And so, yeah, it works out a lot better. Just now we have to keep track of it, just like we do our copier toners and drums. And when something comes up, they still do the preventative maintenance on it, so they check that as they come out. In fact, they just came out the other day to check, and that's already in the agreement. So now we just have to worry about the consumables, the paper stock, the toners, anything like that has to be ordered through them.
Okay. Questions? Commissioner Tooley, questions?
What would be our deal of saying that we ordered 4,000 and we needed 5,000? Can we?
It's on a per sheet basis. So it's 35 cents per sheet on black and white, and 45 cents per sheet on color.
I'm saying if we get what I'm saying is if we got 4,000 that they print for us, that knowing that we're gonna need mail-in ballots, what if we're gonna print any more than we get them?
No, actually, we print them, they're in-house.
Oh, okay.
So there is no waste. No. In the
Okay.
past, they printed them for us.
Okay. And
No other questions, Judge?
we're looking at $2,400
Yeah.
roughly, just if you go off the last one.
Is it a year contract?
I believe it is. I believe all of our contracts are renewable. ES&S is a little bit different because they're certified election equipment. So there's only two, and we already have the system, so we wouldn't go with anybody else. So I think it's the initial contract. And this contract changed, that's why we're bringing it back to court. I believe.
You're good? Okay. Entertain a motion. We need authorization to sign?
Yes, you will.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Tooley, to approve the contract with, what's their name?
Election systems and software. ES&S.
ES&S. For ballot,
Bellatar.
for Bellatar, with the judge's authorization to sign. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 20, consider and take action on requests for right-of-way permits. We have none. Item 21, consider and take action on submitted budget amendments, which we do have. Ms. Lee?
Yes, and these are all for 2021. I'm sure y'all are aware with the new tower system and the new dispatch system, the furniture we have in place and the layout design will not work, and we've had to completely redo the dispatch room. So I've moved that money on the contingency because we do have money in there for the tower, and this would be really part of the tower. In addition to that, the district attorney has had some more turnover, and they need to get somebody in there quickly. So we're doing a budget amendment just to cover the payout of an employee that left.
Okay. Chief, on the dispatch, of course, we got a grant authorization with 911. I believe that's going to help with this, correct?
Good morning, Court. Yes, that's correct. We reached out to the 911 district. They took it to their board. We requested assistance in paying for the new furniture that was going to be better for our dispatchers. We spent a lot of money, a lot of time in training and experience, and lose them because of a back problem or because of a physical issue, sitting in a chair and a desk that wasn't designed for a dispatcher. So considerable amount of effort has went into it. 911 district has been very accommodating and they're doing a reimbursement, or they're paying for the whole thing.
And this is covering on the account side of it, since it is basically a grant, right, Ms. Lee?
Yeah.
Hearing
I'll
none,
make the motion to approve the budget amendments.
Second.
motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson, to approve the budget amendments as presented. All those in favor? Item passes. Thank you, Ms. Lee and Chief. Item 22, consider and take action on payment of bills. Ms. Maple?
Yes, Judge. This morning, I do have 3 sets I need to get approval on. I'll start with the fourth quarter state fees for 2020 in the amount of $118,454.27.
Any questions on state fees for the fourth quarter of 2020? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the state fees for payment of $118,454.27.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCam, to approve the fiscal year 2020 fourth quarter state fees in the amount of $118,454.27. All those in favor? Item passes. Ms. Maple?
Yes, for 2020 this week, I have a set of bills totaling $34,136.61.
You said 2020?
I think I said 2020.
Okay. Commissioner Spivey?
I have no questions, Judge.
Commissioner Tooley?
She answered mine before court.
Commissioner McCam?
No, I have none.
Commissioner Richardson?
No questions, Judge.
Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make the motion to approve the bills for 2020 in the amount of $34,136.61.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Spivey, second by Commissioner Tooley, to approve the 2020 bills in the amount of $34,136.61.
$291.22.
And gentlemen, you can, or excuse me, court, you can blame that last minute change on me. We were trying to get a set of bills in that I let drop, and that's involved in our tower project. Oh, Commissioner Spivey, questions?
I have none, Judge.
Commissioner Tooley?
I have none.
Commissioner McCam?
None.
Commissioner Richardson?
No questions, Judge.
Entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2021 bills, $225,291.22.
I'll second the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Richardson, second by Commissioner McCam, to approve the 2021 bills in the amount of $225,291.22. All those in favor? Item passes.
Thank you, Court.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 23 is consider and take action on submitted plats, and I believe we have 3.
And precinct 2, and all fees are paid.
Okay, Commissioner Tooley?
Yes, Judge, that'll take me a little bit because my service here is not very good, but the first one we have is in the Pinnacle Club, Phase 1, Section B. They're taking 4 lots and converting them into to one lot, to one bigger lot.
Any questions concerning this replat? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Judge, I move we approve the final replat of Pinnacle Club Phase 1, Section B of lots 196, 197, 198, and 199, creating lot 196R for filing purposes only.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the replat in Pinnacle Club for filing purposes only. All those in favor? Item passes. Commissioner?
The next one is also in the Pinnacle Club, off of Bay Tree Trail. It is also taking 4 lots and converting it into 1 lot.
Questions for the Commissioner? Hearing none. Commissioner?
Hearing none, Judge, I move we approve the final replat of Pinnacle Club Phase 1, Section 8 of lots 146, 147, 148, and 149, creating lot 146-R, filing purposes only.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the Pinnacle Club replat for filing purposes only. All those in favor? Item passes.
And the last one I have is also in the Pinnacle Club. It's Pinnacle Club Phase 1, Section B, taking 3 lots and converting them into 1 lot.
Questions for the Commissioner? Hearing none, entertain a motion.
Judge, I move that we approve the final replat, Pinnacle Club Phase 1, Section B, lots 204, 205, and 206, creating lot 204-R for filing purposes only.
I'll second his motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Tooley, second by Commissioner Spivey, to approve the other Pinnacle Club plat for filing purposes only. All those in favor? Item passes.
Thank you, Court.
Thank you. Item 24, open and consider bids. We have Ms. Nichols with us.
This morning I have the 2021 road material bids. I know that there were some issues with the link, so I brought copies if not everybody was able to access the link.
Okay.
If you were able to access the links, there were 2 tabs. One was divided up by each vendor that responded and the amounts that they responded for each type of material. The second one was sorted by each type of material and the amounts bid by the vendors for that type of material.
I didn't get that one. I didn't get the tabs on mine.
Let me see here. I don't think I got the tabs, do I?
I don't either. Thank you.
On the sheet I got in the backup, Brian and Brian, it says, it says refined road oil, no bids, but in this sheet you just gave us, it does show Brian and Brian sending a bid. Is that correct?
typo on that, yes, sir.
Okay. So we have Brian and Brian on there for refined road oil.
Yeah, $580 delivered to each one of the precincts. If it's picked up, $565.
Okay. Another question was on the CKD on the QRP. Did we send any kind of spec sheet on that, or is we just listed as quality pavement repair?
Just quality pavement repair.
Okay. Because we got a bid from Unique, which I know they got that, and then Knife River showing one, but King, there shows $13.25, which is way off, so I don't think it's the same product that.
Right.
If it is, it's a deal.
No kidding.
Judge, I was having kind of a hard time hearing. Is Brian?
Yes, sir. Brian and Brian did bid on refined road oil. It was $565 to pick up and $580 to be delivered to the precinct.
Is that for the road oil?
Yes, sir.
It's roughly.
It's a little different. It's a refined road oil.
Yeah.
Blazer's just straight out of the wellhead.
Right.
Not refined.
That puts it at about 14,000 a truckload. About 50, no, it's 125. 125. It's about $113 a barrel, Commissioner. Which refined oil is going to run that high. How much is that up? $5, $7?
Sir?
I said, how much is that an increase? About $5 to $7 a barrel over last year? At 113?
Yeah, I would think so. We didn't use, we may have used one tanker
Okay.
of theirs. It's, I think the cheapest we bought last year was like $37.50. So it's kind of getting back. I think when I first started, it was about $67 a barrel, but that was straight out of the ground.
Yeah, that was with Blazer. Commissioner Spivey, thoughts?
I'm just still processing.
It is a big list. It is. And for those of you watching, this is the time where we make sausage working on road materials. So it takes a little while to go through and
Did King not bid on the pea gravel? I mean, I don't see it, if they did.
I'm not familiar with Dig or Ash Grove cement. Have they
Grove.
changed?
Ash Grove, they're out of Middle Ocean also.
Oh, are they?
But they bring that cement kiln dust from Foreman, Arkansas that we
Did they
order.
bid on
Okay.
And
gravel?
so we figured we'd go over the 50,000 this year, so we asked them to go out for bid on it.
'Cause that's what we usually get it for them.
And Vulcan, we very rarely use it, I mean, never use.
Right.
They're out of San Antonio.
I wish they were closer though, $40.
Yeah, if they were closer, it'd be great.
And is this Dig a different vendor, a new vendor?
I've never heard of them or used
I
them.
believe so, yeah. They,
Where are they out of? Must be far off because they're almost double on, especially on flex base.
their main office is in Austin. I'm not sure where, like their plant would be or their yard.
Can you define chip seal services? Is that, what
That's
is
to
that?
come and lay chip seal.
Someone to come in, a contractor to come in?
Yes,
Okay, is that on that's on per square yard?
yes.
Who is D&M? Where are they out of?
I want to say Vans.
I don't know, how can you, if they come and do it, how can you do a pickup cost?
Well, that's the reason why on there, I believe there are asterisks that are next to that. And so it was just listed across there as the different type, whether it was AC5 or AC10. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, I'm sorry. Let me get on the same page as you guys. Yeah.
Okay, you're on this back page.
Yes, it's just listed across that whole deal. If it's a AC5 pea gravel, it's $286 per square yard. AC10 pea gravel is $286 per square yard, and then AC10 shiprock is $460 per square yard.
Did they give a list of what they go with that? What services they provide other than just applying it?
No, they did not. That
They did
was
not.
all that they did. But I think there has been some talk of road construction possibly doing a.
It's
doing
about
something with that.
$33,000 a mile. AC10 anyway. Do y'all see anything glaring in the list that doesn't fit?
I just see where King Sand and Gravel didn't bid on pea gravel, which is weird, because that's where we get most of ours. Well, not all the time, but sometimes.
Right.
I'd have to go look to double check.
Right. There wasn't one at opening. There wasn't a response at opening.
Not that I can recall. I would have to double check to make sure that.
Now, we can pass on this and bring it back in 2 weeks if we need to consider, take more time to consider. It's really kind of up to the court.
I think we need to find out. I'm thinking that King Sand and Gravel here on their bid sheet, they might have filled out the wrong line.
Well, I
Because
think they were
pea gravel
thinking lightweight
3/8 is right
aggregate.
above it. They got it in the QPR line.
I was wondering why they bid lightweight aggregate. They don't have access to it.
Well, it's that QPR pavement repair stuff that we get in the bags and stuff is the line they got it on, but I think that's probably supposed to be 3/8 pea gravel.
Okay. So,
I bet that's right. 'Cause that's what
Let's
we
wait
get
on
for it.
that because I know precinct 1 uses them extensively on there, so he's right there in their precinct, so let's make sure that's not on the wrong line.
we just want to wait till next week to
That's
take,
what I would
or
say.
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks to approve it. That'd be fine.
I mean, we're still under our current bids
Yes,
without
sir.
any issue. Okay. We get that motion to table? Or Commissioner Tooley, do you have an issue with that at all?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay.
I'll make the motion to lay these bids on the table.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner McCam, second by Commissioner Richardson to table until our next meeting, the road material bid. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes. Ms. Nichols, anything else?
No, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 25, consider and take action to adjourn.
So moved?
Second.
Motion,
Hey, Judge,
yes.
will we not be meeting next Tuesday?
No, next Tuesday is following the holiday.
Okay.
So, in keeping with our tradition, unless absolutely pressed, the court following in Monday holiday is usually passed on.
Okay, thank you.
Motion made by Commissioner Spidey, second by Commissioner Richardson to adjourn. All those in favor of the motion? Item passes. Thank you very much for being here with us on a day that takes a while.